I thought it'd be fitting to shoot this video from my bed. Why my bed? You might be wondering. Well, I feel like we associate beds with sleep. We associate sleep with dreaming. Or at least when we're adults, right? Because it seems like the only time that we really get any dreaming done these days is when we're asleep. Every time I ask somebody, because I am that guy, I'll ask "Hey, do you have any dreams or things that you've always wanted to do?" And it absolutely breaks my heart when people don't have an answer. When they say I don't know or they say they haven't really thought about that. I've been there, right? I've been there. You get a certain you hit a certain point when dreaming stops becoming appropriate, right? Because it's only acceptable when you're a kid, right? When they ask you in kindergarten or whatever, what do you dream about being when you grow up? And you can write absolutely anything. You can say absolutely anything, and you have all the conviction in the world, and no one questions it. But I don't know what age it is, but at a certain point, it's time to grow up, right? It's time to stop dreaming and start being realistic. And you start to lose that conviction in your dream. You trade in your dreams of being a dancer, a singer, a chef, or whatever for being, and again, no harm intended here, but an accountant, a middle manager, a director, a CEO of someone else's company. And you start to believe that that is your dream, right? That's the dream that you should be having now that you are a responsible adult. And that dreaming can only happen when you're asleep and not when you're awake. And that breaks my heart because so many people that I've spoken to, whether in my age or old managers I used to work with who are late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, whatever, and it's so blatantly obvious that they're just going through the motions, that they've convinced themselves that whatever it is that they're pursuing is it. That there is no room for dreaming anymore because they're beyond that point, because now they're grown up with responsibilities and shoulds and whatever, and that you can't dream, right? Reserve that for the kids, reserve that for when you're asleep. But it's so obvious that that's not what they actually care about, not what they dream about, right? If you ask anyone, and I've been in so many of these situations, you ask somebody to tell you about their job, right? What they do to pay the bills. And, it sounds like they're just reading off a fact sheet, right? They're throwing around buzzwords like providing value to the company, learning about the markets, so on and so forth. And, they're interested in it, right? They're interested. But there's no heart, there's no soul behind it, right? You don't feel anything when they're talking about it. The moment you get them talking about something, music, cooking, dancing, singing, drawing, writing, whatever it may be, and they just light up, You can feel it, you can see it. They don't even have to prepare. They are not reading off a fact sheet. They are just letting it flow, just coming from within. They're letting it come from that childlike self who, when asked, "What do you dream of being when you grow up?" They're speaking from the heart. They are speaking with conviction. Yet, I've been in so many situations where they'll get going and then, you know, I'll ask the follow-up question like, "Okay, well, why not? Why not pursue music? Why not pursue baking? Why not go become a writer?" Whatever it may be, and so many people, so oftentimes they'll say, "Oh, well, I don't wanna take away from it being, what it is to me, like, I don't wanna take away the joy from it." Right? Because so oftentimes you hear about the people who they go all in, and then it takes away the joy of it. But to that I say, you'll never know if you don't give it a shot. It'll always be a what if, and are you really comfortable going to your grave asking what if? What if I had given it a chance? What if I had given it a chance to see if I could go all in, to see if the quote unquote joy would be taken out of it? Because I argue that if the joy does get taken out of it, maybe it wasn't your dream. And if anything, you did yourself a service because now you have the opportunity to realize that. And by going all in, by reaching for your dream, you can land onto an adjacent path. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one that you said or, wrote when you were a kid, but it may very well be something similar. And that's exactly the point. Is that you give yourself the chance to dream. You allow yourself to dream, right? Because so many people they don't take dreams seriously enough as they get older, right? It's like they wake up and it's just like, "Oh, that was just a dream." Okay, you wake up whatever. But dreams are real. They're as real as you make them to be. They're as serious as you take them, right? Because if you're not going to take your dreams seriously, no one else will. That I can guarantee you, right? And I get it. It's so easy. It's so easy to worry about the comments you'll get, the doubt that you'll get from other people when you tell them what your dream is. But ultimately, they're just projecting their own insecurities, their own self doubt, because they wish they had the courage and the bravery to not only pursue their dreams like you are, but to outwardly say, "This is my dream," and own it, and not back down, and defend it. Because if you don't, no one else will. And if you can't tell, this is something that clearly gets me going because there have been many times throughout this journey that I've been on of pursuing this creative path where people talk to me about being realistic or even my own parents at times saying like, "Oh, like, just like, do it because you like it or whatever." It's like, "No, this is no joke to me. I don't just like this. This path of mine that I'm pursuing is my dream." Why do you think I make such a intentional effort to have and to call my way of paying the bills my day job, right? Because I'm making that clear distinction, that clear separation between what pays the bills and what I care about, right? Never will I call what pays the bills right now, this time in my life, my work, right? Because my work, slap with a capital W if you've read Steven Pressfield, is what fills me up the most, what lights me up the most, what I am meant to be doing with my life. My day job, it pays the bills. That's it. I take that seriously, right? I make every intentional effort I can to take my dreams seriously, and I take other people's dreams seriously as well. Because oftentimes it takes somebody else modeling the behavior, modeling the mindset, modeling the way of being to understand how you can do so yourself. Especially at an age where everyone around you has stopped dreaming, right? It seems like being a dreamer is hopeless at times because everything is working against you. People, society, whatever. They're all trying to tell you to stop dreaming, to start being realistic, to start conforming and molding yourself into the masses because the masses is where comfort lies, where it's comfortable to know that you've given up on your dreams, right? That's where the comfort lies in the masses. That's why people go to the masses because it's easier there to acknowledge that they're surrounded by all the other people who have given up on their dreams. And trust me, I get it, right? We all have responsibilities, we all have different circumstances that we come from, and so forth. But that doesn't mean you can't take even the seemingly most minute of steps towards your dreams in some way. It doesn't mean you have to leapfrog and achieve it or you know actualize it overnight, right? Dreams aren't meant to be like that, right? Dreams take time. But you can start by doing something that puts you in that direction, right? Anything, anything at all, right? If you want to learn how to be a professional baker, then start by looking up a new recipe, right? Experiment with something. If you want to run a marathon, then start with going a jog around the block. If you want to be a cowboy, then go buy a cowboy hat, some cowboy boots, and I don't know, go find a ranch to just go hang out at for a week and whatever, right? Go intern at a ranch, whatever it may be. There are always steps that we can take towards our dreams. And it all starts with you, right? It all starts with how seriously you take them. I'm shooting this video from my bed, right? Because, and I'm quoting here, every morning you have two choices when you wake up. Or rather, I'm just going to read this off my phone, so I'm going to mess it up. Every morning you have two choices. Continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. So, when I hit my when my head hits the pillow at night, I know exactly what I'm doing the next morning. And there's nothing more exciting to me than being able to go to sleep, knowing that I get to wake up and dream and do it all over again. So, whatever your dream may be, there is no dream too outlandish, too grand, because at the end of the day, there's no words that can describe your dream because it's uniquely yours, right? All the words like unrealistic or too much or too difficult or whatever, they do not matter in the face of your dreams. So, whatever it may be, I hope that you take it as seriously as I do. And by all means, I would love for you to, if you're comfortable, share your dreams in the comments and just proclaim it to somebody, someone, right? These strangers on the internet that this is my dream. And the moment you do that, you can start doing it more in your own life with the people who may cast judgment or whatever. You build that conviction in yourself that you had when you were a kid. Maybe even if you're not comfortable doing that, shoot me a message, shoot me an email or whatever, because I take your dreams seriously. and I would by all means love to support you in any way that I can in your journey to actualizing your dreams. So, I hope that wherever you are in the world, whenever you're watching this, when you go to bed tonight, when your head hits the pillow, and when you wake up tomorrow morning, you pursue your dream. You don't let the dreaming just stop when you wake up. You keep it going, no matter how long it takes. It'll happen. It's just a matter of time. A matter of time and a matter of faith. So, with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.